was a time where Christian groups, Christian denominations, and Christian mission agencies believed that their efforts alone would be all that the Holy Spirit needed to complete the Great Commission in our generation. With each passing generation, there's a growing fatalism that the task is just now simply too big, it's to accomplish, and that our Christian group is too small, too weak, too inexperienced, too old, too limited financially, and too few to put a dent into the global needs of Bible translation and distribution, evangelism and discipleship, community development and transformation. For years, the global North have invested thousands of lives and finances into sending missionaries to the global South. A common joke among Christians of the South is that many pray, "Our Father, who art in the North, hallowed be thy fame, thy kingdom come, thy will be done." Now, as they chuckle, we still understand that there are high levels of unhealthy dependency still upon northern and western societies. The tide, however, is taking a natural turn as Westerners are leaving and returning home. The vacuum created by Westerners has had a tremendous impact on the global South, causing leaders to rise and take personal responsibility. Some leaders were never trained how to lead, and their ministries have indeed struggled. Other leaders have gained the value of a learner's attitude and have pursued personal development and healthy leadership models. Upon the shoulders of these leaders, the global South is quickly rising up to the challenge of sending missionaries around the globe to least reach people groups. The attitude of the South, however, is much different than that of the North, where the North had bought into the idea of single-handedly evangelizing the world. The South believes strongly in interdependency through practical partnerships. A friend of mine from a small tribe in Paraguay told me this parable. Once there were two men. One was very strong and healthy, but he was blind. The other was crippled, but had eyes sharp as that of an eagle. Both were struggling along the road one day. The blind man continually stumbled and would lose his way, and the crippled man, he could see perfectly where to go, but struggled to make progress. The crippled man noticed the blind man approaching him on the road and stumbling along, and so he called out to him, "Hey, come over here." And they discussed their predicament. One was strong and healthy but blind. The other one was crippled but could see. After an agreement was reached to work together, the blind man lifted the crippled man onto his back and listened intently to the instructions and directions of the one who could see. Alone, we struggle to reach our goals, but together we are better and more efficient. So who's the blind man and who's the crippled man, you might ask? Well, that's for you to ponder. But we are learning to accept our weaknesses and the strengths of our ministry partner, to work together in interdependency and interculturally to complete the mission that God has asked of us, to be His witnesses among all the ethnic groups of the world.